The Solar Orbiter probe takes the most detailed snapshot of the sun yet. It's today's Talkin' Science Story of the Week. I'm Matt Miller. You're on Trekzone.
With the latest science and space news 5 days a week across Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts and YouTube. This is Talkin' Science with Dr. Brad Tucker and Matt Miller.
Alrighty, into the stories of the week and turning our attention to our nearest star, the sun. We have some new images. This is the second time this year we've been talking about getting really close to the sun. We've gotten even closer this time with the Solar Orbiter.
That's right. The Solar Orbiter has released, I think they say it's the closest image of the sun. It's still taken at 54 million kilometers, so, it's not like there. But
size is relative.
Yeah, it is relative. That's right. We're 150 million kilometers about from the sun. So it's 100 million kilometers closer than the Earth. So, that's a big deal. It's much closer than Mercury. And so it definitely reveals some nice, intricate detail that we never thought. And I think the video and the photos here are quite remarkable.
They absolutely are, and they're showing what astronomers are calling campfires. They're like campfires on the surface of the sun.
One of the big questions is, how do solar flares originate? Where do they start? Can we predict them? What we're seeing here is kind of the flickering of the fire of the lights on the sun, and we think that maybe turns into the big flames or the big flares that we see later, but we're seeing very small scale flickering that we really never thought we would see any time. I think some people obviously did with the technology caught up, but it's still amazing to see this, that there's it almost looks like they're mistakes or glares or instrument problems, but really they're just the little flickers of the sun that we would never normally see. And it's thought that these eventually turn into the big flares. So it's already proving to be a remarkable image.
As a cameraman, I'm trying to imagine how much neutral density filter is involved in these cameras to be able to see this detail. Otherwise, it'd just be a giant white image.
That's right. I mean, looking at very specific colors of wavelengths or colors of light, we could see just the main emission of hydrogen and other features we want to see, so blocking out almost all of the light. So it's a technological marvel to see it, but then you also have to have the resolution, withstand the heat. You're also on a moving spacecraft, so all these things add up. It's already proven to be a remarkable feat of the Solar Orbiter, which has only been launched about 6 months ago when we talked about it. So it's definitely a fairly new thing in some of the first batch of data that we've seen from the Solar Orbiter.
And the Solar Orbiter is going to be getting closer, I believe, to the sun, and it's going to be taking some even more spectacular imagery.
That's right. This is just the beginning. And then there's also the Solar Parker probe, which is doing a complementary but different experiment, getting, again, close to the sun. So we're getting up close and personal with our favorite star. I'm saying it's our favorite because it's the most important one, obviously. It is exciting to think about what detail we're going to see more from these projects and what we're going to garner more from studying the sun in great detail, and how we're going to use that information for practical terms down the road with solar weather forecasting in terms of on Earth and in space.
Fantastic, Brad. Well, tomorrow we're going to be talking about the UAE's successful launch of their Hope Mars mission. That's in episode 415. We're going to catch you then.
Great.